It's time for the render settings already. When you're ready with everything, with your scenes, with your levels, and you want to export it, you have to open the sequencer you want. So for example, we are at the latest scene, 09, and here I will click on this button. This screen will appear. So here is the name of your sequence, the settings, and the output folder where it will be saved. So let's click on the settings now, and by default, you will see this. You have to delete both of the settings. Okay. Now it's time to click here, anti-aliasing, also console variables, also game overrides, and TXR, and the last one is path tracer. Okay, now here you have to activate the path tracer here, add the motion blur inside, and also this post-process materials. Okay. Here the anti-aliasing, you have to write something like 64 and 16 here, and to activate override anti-aliasing. Okay, this is important. The sample count is the stuff which help us to have better details in our render. If you want to have more detail render, you will increase the number here, the value inside. So now 64 and 16 is enough to have a really clear render at the end of our process. So yeah, if you have a slower GPU, you can write, for example, 16 here and 4. This is enough to have a good looking render at the end. But if you want to have a high-end render, it will be something like that, or even 64 and 32, you can increase them. But you have it in mind that if you increase the counts here, you will have a slower render. So yeah, 64 here, 16, it's fine here. Okay, let's continue. Console variables are also really important. So you have to come here to click this plus icon 10 times because we have to write 10 stuff here. I will show you in a couple of minutes what you have to write there. And for now, I will leave it. Game overrides here, we have to click here and to click none. Okay. Don't touch anything else. The output. Here is the folder where you want to save your frames. So by clicking this dot, you open your Mac computer and you will choose the folder. Okay, this is the name. You can choose the name you want here. Output resolution. This is HD. If you want to make it 4K, you write this and this, for example. Here is the FPS. You can make it 30 FPS. And here's the frames. So this is disabled, and now if you don't touch it, you will render the whole scene. If you activate it, now you can choose from which frame to start your render. So if you write something like that, 22 and 100, you will render only the frames from 22 to 100. Or if you stop it, you will render the whole sequencer here from the green line in the beginning to the red line at the end. Okay, here, now it's time for the console variables. They're important. So I already prepared a configuration for you. I will activate it because I don't remember them. I will write you a file with note inside. And in this note, I will write you all of these console variables and you can copy and paste them here. So don't worry. Yes, and console variables are these. Everything what you need to have a better view of your render. So if you want to write something from you, again, you have to click this plus icon. And here, for example, you have to write, let's take the first one, air, motion, blur, quality, and you'll see, and you have to click on it. And here to write 4, for example, and you're ready. If you want to delete one of them, you have to click this and to click delete. And that's it. Game overrides, it's same output. Okay, here I place the desktop. It's not a good idea, guys, because it will become full of frames and files. It's too much. EXR is the best possible render mode here, export. So keep it EXR, and after that we will place it inside After Effects and we will make the final composition inside. So you have to do these settings for all of the sequencers. And when you are ready with that, you have to click accept here and to start a render local. And now you have to wait. Now let's see what will appear on our screen. This is the render view, the render preview. So you have to wait until your render is ready. Here will be the frames which are rendering currently. Now it's only warming up. This is not the frames which are rendering. And here we have only one frame, for example. I think I wrote only one frame, but I'm not sure. Let's wait just a bit until the warming up is finalized. Maybe it will take a couple of minutes, I don't know, because we added a lot of sample count inside. And yeah, you have to wait. Rendering. Yeah, we're rendering only one frame now. And you have to wait until the subsamples are from 1 to 1024. And here you see all of the frames you have to render. So it's a good idea to start it over the night when you're sleeping or when you have a free time. Now I'm waiting just to show you how it's moving here. And our render, it's in progress. I told you it's really slow. Now you can see it's 64 now. For one frame, it will take like 20 minutes. It depends on the speed of your graphic card. So this is everything from the render setting, guys. Keep them right in the same console variables and you have a really good looking render at the end. And you have to do everything like these settings for every sequencer you have. I won't do it for every sequencer now because it will take a lot of time. I have them already rendered. But yeah, if you have a sequencer you want to render, the camera, everything, the scene you want, you have to do the same stuff like that. So render your stuff now and it's time to move to After Effects to composite all of the scenes we have rendered. So see you.